This is part 3 of our series, Tecumseh, The Last Stand. Do watch the previous parts for the full story. We also post the full-length videos on our YouTube channel. The spiritual message of Tecumseh the prophet was spreading like a fire across the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. Thousands of indigenous people, disillusioned with the broken promises of the Americans and hungry for a return to their ancestral ways, began to make a pilgrimage. They were seeking not just a new faith, but a new home, a place where the vision of renewed and powerful indigenous people could become a reality. Tecumseh, seeing the power of his brother's spiritual movement, knew that this energy needed a center. It needed a capital. In 1808, the two brothers led their followers to a site in modern-day Indiana, near the junction of the Tippecanoe and Wabash rivers. Here, they founded a new settlement. It was called Prophetstown. This was not just another village. Prophetstown was a revolutionary act. It was a multi-tribal town, a place where Shawnee, Potawatomi, Kickapoo, and warriors from over a dozen other nations put aside their old rivalries to live together as one people, united by a single cause. It was the physical manifestation of Tecumseh's dream of a pan-tribal confederacy. The town was built around the teachings of the prophet. Alcohol was forbidden. The trade goods and clothing of the white settlers were rejected. The people returned to traditional farming, hunting, and religious ceremonies. It became a beacon of cultural resistance, a symbol of defiance against the encroaching American world. The American authorities, particularly the governor of the Indiana Territory, William Henry Harrison, watched the rise of Prophetstown with growing alarm. They saw it not as a religious community, but as a direct threat. They saw thousands of warriors gathering in one place, united by a charismatic leader who preached resistance. They knew that the spiritual power of the prophet was being forged into a political and military weapon by the brilliant mind of his brother, Tecumseh. With their capital established and their movement growing stronger every day, Tecumseh knew it was time to take his vision to the next level. It was no longer enough to wait for the tribes to come to him. He had to go to them. He was about to embark on one of the most ambitious diplomatic journeys in history. To follow Tecumseh as he travels thousands of miles to forge his great confederacy, follow for Part 4 and subscribe to History and Beyond.